My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Snow White and the Huntsman. And in the year 1997, we had two volcano movies to come out, Volcano and Dante's Peak. In 1998, we had two movies about a giant asteroid come out, Armageddon and Deep Impact. In 2013, we had two movies about the White House being under attack called White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen. But in 2012, we had two Snow White movies come out, Mio Mio and Snow White and the Huntsman. And these two movies could not be more different from each other. Like Mio Mio is very silly and over the top, while this takes the story of Snow White and turns it into a big budget blockbuster. And I remember not liking it when it came out, but rewatching it last night, it is far worse than I remember. This movie is just abysmal. Like, I hate, hated watching this movie. I'll give it some credit. There are some cool visuals regarding the Queen. There's one scene where she's lying in a pool of claws, and I thought that looked really badass. Um, I think that's all my positives. Like, the worst part of this movie is that it has no sense of pacing and structure. This is a 2 hour long movie. No more lengths for a movie of this size. But holy shit, it felt like a 3.5 hour long. Like, it is just some of the worst pacing I've ever experienced. It just goes on, and it's just lacking in any bit of momentum. And like, this movie is boring. Like, this is as bland and as generic as movies get. And then the CGI, I think, is very unimpressive. The Glass Army, I think, is the dumbest thing ever. Did not like that. And then we get to the performances, and just everyone is bad. Kristen Stewart, she's capable of giving good performances. Love Lies Bleeding, Adventureland, Personal Shopper, Crimes of the Future. She can be very talented, but holy shit, this is her worst performance by far. She just has no bit of personality or charisma. It feels like she doesn't want to be in this movie at all, and just awful work. Chris Hemsworth, I like as an actor, and I think he's incredibly bland here. He cannot elevate the weak material in any way, and the romance between these two characters you don't buy for a single second. Charlize Theron, I guess she does a fine job. I wish she was given better material, but she's not bad by any means. Sam Clifton, I think, is very bland, and his character severely underdeveloped. I feel like he was supposed to have more to do, but he really doesn't. Then you've got Ian McShane, Bob Hoskins, Nick Frost, Jones, and Eddie Marsan, who are all just completely wasted. They leave no impression whatsoever. One of my favorite performances, though, actually comes from Raffi Cassidy, who plays young Snow White in the first 10 minutes, and I thought she did a really good job. I thought she was incredible in Vox Lux, and she hasn't been in much, to be honest, but still, in minimal screen time, she makes the most of it, so good work for her. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this movie. It's just a very tough watch. It tries to do a different take on Snow White, but it just completely fails. It has no sense of urgency, it has no energy to it. The characters are as bland and as uninteresting as they come. Yeah, there's no reason to watch this movie. I'll give Snow White and the Huntsman a 1.5 out of 10. I do find it interesting that around this time is when they turned fairy tales into big budget blockbusters. Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent, and Universal did it with this one. Just A very weird take for this character, but a terrible take if you ask me. But what are your thoughts on Snow White and the Huntsman? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.